let's get the show on the road.
Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a classic Chinese takeaway dish, crispy chili beef. And then we're going to do some egg fried rice to go with that. Right, let's have a go. Okay, and here's a look at our ingredients we're going to be using today. Staples, most people have this stuff around in the kitchen. Right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this sirloin down into strips. We're trying to go as thin as possible. I've removed the fat from it because this is literally going to take a minute to cook. The fat's not going to have time to render down, so I've removed all the fat. And then we're going to take it down into literally thin little strips like so. Right, to our beef, we're going to add some sesame oil, about half a tablespoon. We're going to add some sugar, about a tablespoon, and then we're going to add about a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. And then to that we're going to add about a tablespoon of light soya sauce. We're going to give this a good mix up, and then we're going to get it into the fridge for about 15 minutes to marinate. Okay, so this mixture now has had 15 minutes in the fridge. We're going to add an egg to that, and we're simply going to get in there again, mix it all up, make sure it's all coated. Then we're going to dredge it in some corn flour. So we've got our bits of beef. We're going to add them into our corn flour, and then we're going to get them really nicely coated. Get it all in there, get them coated. They will initially start to stick together, but then they will eventually separate into individual pieces. You want to get as much of the coating on there as possible. That's going to ensure that it goes super crispy. So these are really nice and coated now, as you can see. They're all in individual pieces, and that's what you want. These are going to be super crispy. We've got some vegetable oil up to 180 degrees temperature. We're going to slowly add this beef. We're not going to overcrowd the pan. We're going to keep small little batches to make sure our beef goes super crispy and the temperature doesn't drop too much. A few bits at a time. Right, so this beef's probably had about a minute in here. It's going super crispy. We're going to simply pull it out now, drain it off, ready for later. And then we're going to simply add our next batch in. As you can see, still at a very high temperature. We want to cook these things as quickly as possible. It's going to be in there like literally a minute. And they're going to be super crispy. And mix around. And as I say, these will be coming out in like less than 30 seconds now. Okay, right, for our sauce we've got 3 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce, 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of light soy, and 1 tablespoon of sweet soy. We're going to give this a mixer. For the rest of the dish, we're going to simply shred our onion. We're going to get it into the pan, get it softened about a minute and a half. The wok I've got preheated. It's quite hot, it's smoking hot. There's a tablespoon of vegetable oil in there. We're going to get that in. To that we're going to add 2 cloves of garlic and about a thumb-sized piece of ginger. So we're going to chop our garlic. We're going to do the same with our ginger, get it down as small as possible, and then we're simply going to add it to our onions. we're going to add our garlic and ginger. You're just going to let this tick over for another about half a minute or so, and then we're going to add our sliced red chilies. I'm not discarding of any of the seeds today because I want a little bit of spice in my life. And then we're going to add these simply to the pan. Our red chilies in there now, we're going to give them a little toss in there. Then we're going to add our red pepper into it. And then we're going to add our sauce that we made earlier into it. So, again with the red pepper, bottom off, top off. Discard all the little green bits, down the side, and then run your knife around. Easy as pie. Absolutely zero waste. And then we're simply just going to shred these, get them in there, and then we'll add our sauce. We're going to reduce this down to about half, and then we're simply going to add our beef and toss our beef in it until it's just warm. Okay, so the sauce is reduced down by half now. We're simply going to add our beef from earlier, get it in there, all in there, and then we're going to toss it up. This smells amazing, guys. We want to get all the sauce coating that beef nicely, and then this was almost ready to go. Okay, now the final thing I'm going to add to this is sliced spring onions, some sliced scallions. We're going to give that a mix in, and that's now ready to go. We've got our wok back on, it's smoking hot. We're simply beating up 2 eggs. And we're going to get them thrown in there. We're going to mix until we're at this stage. Then we're going to add our rice. This is cold rice. It's best to use cold rice. I don't know why, it just simply is. We're going to add some soy sauce. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, which is roughly that much. And then to that we're going to add some spring onions. And there we are, we're done. Let's get this all plated up. And there we have it, guys. Crispy chili beef with egg fried rice. Absolutely fantastic. Right guys, if you enjoyed that, like, comment, share and subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification. That will let you know when I've got a video out next. Thanks a lot guys, good night.